uploading images in PHP, or we can also use this to upload any file. But in this particular video, I'll be showing you how to upload images to a server, so by using PHP. So the objectives of this video is to demonstrate table maintenance program using jQuery, Ajax, JSON, HTML, CSS, PHP, and MySQL. So a table maintenance program is a program that we can use to add, edit, delete, search, and list the table records, of course, of a database. That's why we have here MySQL. Prerequisites. You will fully understand this video if you have already watched these videos, so listed on the next pages. And you should already know something about HTML, CSS, jQuery, PHP, HTML, JSON basics, and Ajax. So again, here are the videos that you should already have watched before watching this video for you to fully understand this topic. So the first video that you should have watched in my channel is this video, creating a database and retrieving the records from a table of a database. So in this video, I actually demonstrated this also using a free web host using infinityfree.net control. So I used the control panel of that web host, and then of course PHP. So the link to view this video is listed here, so in boldface. So just type this link and you can view this video. So again, this video shows how to create database tables and how to retrieve these records using PHP. So the records should be listed. And on the next video, so this is now the continuation of that, but this one, it's already somewhat formatted. So the link is this link. So this video also shows how to retrieve records from database table, but this time around, the program uses jQuery and Ajax. So it's a more advanced way of retrieving the records. The next video is this one. So here's the link below, and this video adds a search feature of your program, so using jQuery and Ajax. So the previous video will just list the record, but in this video now, we added a search facility. So you can, for example, you have several records in your table. Then if you want to search a particular record, you can make use of this feature. And on the next video, so again, I have placed here the link. So the PHP add record video. So this video shows how to create a PHP program to add records to a database table. So some sort of a data entry. Then we have the next video, the PHP Edit Records. So again, we have here the link. So this video shows how to add an edit record feature on your file maintenance program. So that shows it utilizes jQuery, Ajax, MySQL, JSON, and others. And then we have another video. We have the PHP Delete Records video. So again, the link is listed here. So this video shows how to add a delete record feature in your file maintenance program. It utilizes jQuery, Ajax, MySQL, JSON, etc. So I'm sorry for that grammar error here. So to be able to do this program, the uploading of images. So the last program, the program with the delete feature, as presented in the video, was then revised. So when I revised that program, here are more or less the changes that I did in that program. First, I made some changes with the form. So that is in HTML and Bootstrap and CSS. So because what I did here is I added another control where the image will be displayed. So that's using IMG. And I tried to rearrange the controls of the user interface. So I placed two columns On the left side are my basic information, and on the right side will be my image. And including in the image is an input of file equals or type equals file that will be used to select the image file name from your local computer. Then, of course, I'll be showing you here the changes in the add record event. So if you have viewed the previous videos, I have a button that will be used to click, or when we click this button, it will actually open a model form that will be used to add records to the table. So what are the changes that I have made in this program will be shown in the next slides. Adding a function to display selected images. So if we're going to upload a file or an image, we have to select the file name. Then after selecting the file name, so this feature now will show the image that was selected on your web page before you add or edit or update your record or table. Then I will be showing you the changes with the edit record event. Then of course the delete record event. And also the changes with the submit event. So are there some changes when we submit the file, or the changes, or maybe the record we have added or updated? And then I'll be showing you the changes in the saveM.php file, or actually that's the file, the PHP file wherein we place the MySQL or MySQL manipulation, where that is where we have the insert statement, the update statement, and the delete statement, or the SQL statements. Okay, so these are more or less the changes that we made to the previous or the latest version of our program. So first, let's take a look at the changes in our form. So firstly, in my form tag, we should add the encoding type equals multi-part / form data, and this is necessary if you're going to upload files. So this should be placed. So that's the first thing you have to change in your code. And then, so maybe you notice here I have your division class equals column until this part, because as I've said, I divided my user interface into two columns, and on the left side will be the basic information, where I have all my input tags, and on the right side will be the image. So here in the image, if you notice, I place here a division wherein I place some formatting. I have the minimum height, overflow is automatic, border solid black, etc. So that's some sort of a box, and then inside the box is actually an img tag. So we have the source with still blank, and then the ID is photo img. So that's the ID of this image. And then below the box is a label, photo, and then below the label we have another division here wherein we have two inputs, but the first input is actually hidden, and the ID is old photo. This old photo is actually used for, especially in updating, since I want to save the original file name, and this hidden input here will contain the original file name. And this one, this control is of type file, and the name is photo, and ID is also photo. Type file means we'll be able to use this control to select images. Okay, so what I've said is also placed here, but maybe I've explained it. I have elaborated more when I explained it a while ago, but you can still read this one. Well, so let's just read. The form is divided into two columns. The left column is where the original input were placed, or that's the basic information, and the right column shown here is where the img is placed, and the input type file excuse me and the input type file hidden are placed. The img is where the image to be uploaded or retrieved is to be displayed. The input type file is used to select the file to be uploaded. So you can browse the folders in your local computer, and the input file hidden is where you store the file name of the retrieved image, especially used for editing and updating the image. And then we have here the changes with our so that these two are the changes in our form. And then we also have the changes in our add record event. So in our add record event, so if you click on the add button, so of course this will store the file name. The file name is still blank, and the second control is where we display the image. So if we click the add record, we display an image, but it is actually this image, the no image.png. So an image that will show you that there are no images selected yet. Okay, so that's it. And then the function to display the selected image. So once we select an image, we browse the our local computer. Then what if we selected an image? So if we selected an image, so again, this is the control that we'll be using for browsing. If we selected an image, then a change event will be triggered. When a change event is triggered, so it will open or it will execute this function, the read URL function. So here, this is the file name. So it will be, if it is not, or the file name is not empty, then we use a file reader and it will load the file, and then once the file is loaded, then it will place the file name as the source of our image. So that means it will display the image. So that is what will be done by this one. Then how about the edit record event? So once we click on edit, we have here the old photo input, and then the photo imgs, the image, of course. So all we have to do here is to display or store the old file name. So we retrieve the record from the database. So this get info here will retrieve the record from the database, and then once we retrieve the record, the image file name will be stored in the old photo, and using that file name, we retrieve the record or the image and change the source of our photo img. For edit, it's the same with the previous one. So what we retrieve, we place on the old photo, and although maybe this one is useless already, and we display the image. So using the file name from our table or the database, we retrieve that, so images, then the file name, we change the source of our photo img. And since this should not be old photo, this should be photo. Okay, that is my browser. So the old photo stores the original file name. When editing or deleting, photo img displays the image. So I have said this a while ago. And the old photo is also turned into read only, since there will be no necessary changing of values when deleting record. But this should not be old photo. That's why I place here random. Old photo should be the photo. That is my control to select images. So we're not going to select image because we're actually deleting. And changes in the submit event. So once we click submit, we added this one. So again, for the photo is the control wherein we can use to select the image. So especially if you delete a particular record, you notice that we have turned this into true. So every time you submit, we have to place it as false. And note, you should also do this code in putting back editable controls on the cancel button. Let's say, for example, you have the model form, and we have there the close button or the cancel button. You have to place these codes also. So I did not show that already in this video. Now, here are the changes in our save amp file. So here are the first. We added this code in our save amp file. So this, So this is the portion wherein we retrieve the records or the values from our form, and we added this. So the first one is to retrieve whatever is placed in the old photo, and this one, photo name, this is from the photo input. So this is the file name of what we have selected. Base name, so that's the second line, selected without the path. So base name, this base name function means that we're going to remove the path of the selected file. Then the third to fifth line, so 1, 2, 3rd, 4th, 5th, test if the image file name is blank but original file name is not. So if the image file name is blank and the original image is not blank, then we replace the image file name with the old image file name. And then on the next lines here, I forgot to place here my explanation, but these are the necessary changes to our HTML. So in our insert statement, we have to insert the image file, and then here's the file name. So we have to insert the image file name in our table, in the amp table. Okay, and then an update. So update, we have again also image file is equal to blank, and then that's it. This is this portion. So just make the changes in your insert and update statement. And then the next one is this portion. I told this portion you can have a copy of this from the internet, but you can just download my code later. So I added this code, but you have to make some changes here. I'll be explaining the changes that you have to make later on. And do not worry if it is not readable as of this moment, because I'll be explaining these lines on the next slides. So these are the first lines, explanation of each line. So the first one, if the photo file name is not empty, so we have to test if it is not empty. If it is not empty, then the next line is to specify the folder where you want to save the image, or the target folder, target directory. And we save the target directory in target dir variable. So I place here inside the images folder. So that's the name of the folder where I'm going to save my file. So take note of this, because later on in my demonstration, we'll be looking inside this folder. Did the program really transferred or uploaded the image inside this folder? So we're going to view that one. And then on the next line, specify the target file, so equal to the target directory, plus, so that is join the file name with no path. That's why we have the base name. And if we select a file name in our using the input type equals file in our front end application or HTML program, then that includes the path. But if you use base name, it will only get the file name without the path. And then on the next line, upload OK equals 1. So this is an indicator that says that uploading the image file is okay, or is valid. If this one is changed to 0, then that means that uploading is not valid. And then here we store this. So this function, so path info, the target file, that's a target file. So the path info, then path info extension. So this will get the extension of whatever is the file name inside this inside this variable, and then we just converted that to lower case. So this will be the extension of the file name. So if these are images, then it can be .jpg or .gif, etc. Okay. So after that, we have the next lines here. So again, line per line explanation. The first line stores inside the check variable the size of the image. So get image size. So using this temporary file name. So the temporary file name is the file name used when uploading the file. So if on the next line now, if check is not equal to false, then that means the size is not empty, then upload is still okay, is equal to 1. But if check is equal to false, so here it is not equal. If it is equal to false, then that means upload okay is 0. And that means we cannot upload the file because the image is actually empty. The size is 0. Then in the next 3 lines here, so we use the file exist function, and we have the target file to check if the target file is actually already existing. If it is already existing, then we just place here upload is not okay. Or if you want, later on you can experiment on this, so that if the file is already existing, you just make some changes to the file name. Let's say by adding a sequence number, so that you can still upload the file with almost the same file name. But in our program, if the target file already exists, then we don't allow uploading. That's why upload okay is equal to 0. Then on the next few lines here, so we check in this line, we check for the file type. If you still remember, in the previous line, we try to get the extension. So let's go back to that. So image file type. So this is where we get the extension of the file name. So here we check for the extension. If it is not equal to JPG or PNG or JPEG or JPEG or GIF, then it may not be an image file. So if it is not an image file, then we don't allow uploading. Okay, so that is this part. And then on this part now, so here's the explanation. So before uploading the file, the code validate. So the codes we have here validated the file or image file. If it is not empty, or the target file does not exist, or the file type is correct. So we have shown you that previously. If one of these conditions is not met, then the value of the upload OK is set to 0. So originally set to 1. So in this program, if upload OK is 0, then so we just remove this, we do nothing. So we don't upload the file. Or maybe you can place here some sort of mechanism so that in our front end, there is a way of knowing that the uploading was not okay. But here, we just do nothing. So if not else, then here is where we really uploaded the file. So the move uploaded file, excuse me, we'll upload the file using this file name, and this is actually a temporary file. So this is the uploaded file. Move to the target file. So if not, if there is error here, then sorry, there was so this is just ignored. But again, you can place here some code if you want to have a mechanism to determine if the uploading of the file was not successful. So that's the code. So conclusion, this video shows the changes to be made on the front end, so the form and the JavaScript or jQuery events, and also shows the changes to be made on the server-side script in creating an application that features uploading of image file. With a few adjustments, you can also use this code to upload other types of file. And if you are interested in the source code, you can download the source code by using this link or by using this QR code. So thank you very much for viewing the presentation, but stay tuned because I'll be demonstrating the program using the browser. Okay, so here's actually the program itself. So this is the interface. Here's the list, and we have here the add button. So I click on the add button. So you notice, as I've said a while ago, I have two columns here. The first column contains the basic information, and the second column contains the image, and maybe here's my browser, or I can use this to choose or select an image file. So this is the no image.png image. So that means, so that's just to indicate that I don't have any image yet. So let's say I'm going to add here a name. Let's say Policarpio Di Magiba. Department 1, salary is 10,000, commission is 1,000. And then we choose a file. So again, if you click on this, it will open some sort of a browser or a dialog box to browse your folders. So I can select the folders that I want. So let's say pictures, because I'm going to upload the picture. I'm going to look for a picture here. Let's say I want to upload this picture, my handsome picture. Okay. And then, so I have chosen my picture. So I have also explained the code. So while this one is displayed, then I now click on submit. Unfortunately, in our list, we don't have the images. But here, I have here the record I have added. So once I click the edit button, it will show the image. But let's first try other records here. Let's say Daisy Pascual. If I click on this, so you notice it will display the picture. If I click on Ivana, so that's a picture of Ivana. And of course, a while ago, Policarpio, so there's the picture. So if I want to edit, so I can change the picture if I want to also. So I have to choose another file and then just submit. So let's choose another file, for example. So let's say I want to change that file and then submit. So that's it. I already have edited my picture. Deleting is the same. You just click and then it will also show the picture. So I notice I have here now a new picture. If I delete, it will also show the same picture, and then just submit to delete the record. So here's my another version of my ant list, wherein I have the images displayed in cards. So here's the record I have added a while ago, Policarpio Di Magiba. Okay, so these are the images. And that ends my demonstration. So hopefully you have learned, or you were able to know how to create a program that will upload image files. Thank you very much.